We begin tonight's broadcast at the State House as a Senate Judiciary Committee is taking up a proposal to redraw the state's congressional maps. The bill was advanced by the House in the early morning hours of today after a marathon debate lasting more than 12 hours. News 19's Josie Frost joins us from the State House tonight with the details on today's debate and what's next for the bill.
The House advanced the bill early Wednesday morning after a marathon, days-long debate. Now the Senate is taking it up, and that could be an even longer process. Lawmakers are running tight on time with early voting starting next week. In a packed hearing, supporters urged lawmakers to pass a proposal to redraw the state's 7 U.S. House districts before the upcoming elections.
Why is it every congressional district in the state has had progress and prosperity? Why the rural communities in the 6th population declines?
While opponents, including local election officials, say it's going to put up barriers to voting.
The time frame to take that, to get it done and make sure it's done properly, to make sure a ballot style is correct, maybe 4 weeks to 5 weeks, again, just to make sure it's correct. And with the timeline, I don't see where I would have the time in the midst of the primary.
The proposed map is targeting the 6th congressional district, the only Democratic district, aiming to turn it into a Republican-leaning one. South Carolina is one of several states pushing to redraw maps after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling narrowed part of the Voting Rights Act. The bill would also push the primary election day back from June to August 18th, just for those 7 U.S. House races, leaving all other races on their date. The State Election Commission Director Conway Belangia told lawmakers they would need between $5.3 and $6 million to pull it off.
These dates are very, 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 very tight for us to be able to conduct this process if it goes forward.
He says more than 11,000 ballots have already been sent out to overseas absentee voters, and at least 2,500 have been returned, and even more will be cast when early voting starts next week. Voters on Election Day in June would still see the old candidates and districts on their ballots. Those votes would just not be counted. Then county and state election officials would have to start preparing for an entirely new primary and get it done in time to certify those winners for the general election in November.
It is a monumental task. Lots of man hours, lots of work, not only from the State Election Commission, but all the counties would be involved.
Now, the Senate is expected to continue working through this through the rest of the week and even potentially into the weekend. If the Senate makes any changes and passes the bill, it would still have to go back to the House before it can get approval. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Josie, thank you so much. And we will continue to follow the redistricting process and provide updates both on air and online at WLTX.com.